Tonight, it's Madden NFL football. It's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we finish off Week 4 with a good Monday night matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Houston Texans. 3-0 versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
On 1st and 10, Norris. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. This defense for the Dolphins, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, trust me on this one. That's a confidence builder for the rest of the season. When you get a defense that puts together a performance like that this early in the year, well, that sends notice to the rest of the NFL and spreads confidence throughout the locker room that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done. Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 13 carries, 55 yards.
And well liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Hands it off out of the gun. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. The Texans send the punter out, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
Ward on 1st and 10. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, You've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins on just 2 plays have taken the lead. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, and even better run for big yardage.
Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks, because then the defense has the advantage.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That's pulled in at the 32. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Ward now on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Houston's offense take it over again. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Ward. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He gets it complete to Harris. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now Ward throwing on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught at the 1. Touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything even. On 1st down, Bryant, and he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center. And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task. And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space.
Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off play action. Ward. It's brought in by Harris. And down inside the 15 he goes.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago: 8 carries, 72 yards.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, he can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 28-0. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Throwing again. Norris. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. Miami set to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
To throw is Ward. On 1st and 10, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
He's going to let it go again. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. Doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tiny 2-play drive that time. So plenty of fireworks here early. 35-0 now as the kick is away. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. Houston set to take over. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. They'll run on 1st down. It's Bryant. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion. This is taken at the 15. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak. So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now. It becomes contagious, doesn't it? It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you,
To watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. It's the fullback. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And it is 42-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again. So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver. And he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
57's the mic. Watch 57.
On 3rd down, Norris. It's complete to Fitzgerald. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. 76 yards. And
I can't believe we did so shitty.
the Texans claw one back. Extra point attempt to follow here. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's only had a couple of carries. I mean, when you've got a horse like this, second quarter, got to start to ride that horse a little more, don't you?
You can't just neglect him. He's got to touch it, and often, in order to get maximum out of him. Typically, these types of backs, it's the accumulation of carries, and that's when you see the damage as the game goes on.
Yeah, let's see. They're going to try to get him into the flow, we would assume here. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It's a big play there for Miami.
How about the first half he's putting together? Well over 100 yards already with that last catch. And to me, they'd be well served to keep looking his way. A number of big plays already in this one.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Sure didn't take this offense long to get within striking distance of the end zone. 2 plays.
Feel the energy? You can just feel it, can't you? Because they are creating it on offense, the way they're running the football. Now they've swept into the red zone. Momentum all on their side.
He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And to give this time to the tailback.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Dolphins have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22. The Texans offense set to regain possession. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
On first down, Bryant. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
How do you keep missing tackles? That's 2 already.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
They'll run on first down. It's Bryant, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Norris. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Even though they...
They're running their fullback. This guy. 91. Not that strong.
Gave up more than they wanted to on that play. It actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake. Norris. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 25-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Again, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
On 1st down, Bryant. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Norris. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 2nd.
Fucking run commit. I couldn't stop him. Fucking run commit. Where is everybody else? How did you get your ass blown up?
Touchdown on the season, and the Texans are able to make things a bit more respectable. Extra point up and through. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Dolphins about set to go to work on offense. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. This is a quarterback that's already in the top 100 all-time in passing yards, but that last throw going to move him past Roger Staubach on the all-time list. Roger Charles at 22,700.
Don't forget, he also won 2 Super Bowls, played from 1969 to 1979. And I would dare say Roger's numbers would be larger. But remember, he had a commitment to the Navy. A graduate of the Naval Academy. And back then, you had to serve your 5-year hitch before you could go on and join the NFL.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast and in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there, with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Dolphins have got it on cruise control. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. This fielded right at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime. Boy, I mean, at this point, what more do we say here? I got nothing.
And, you know, so many people talk all the time about having announcer-less games, and they want that. This could be a candidate for it, because if we stay here and do this, we're going to have a lot to fill in the second half.
There's still another half. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Tennessee Titans. The Titans get back to 500 at 2-2 with the victory. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Carolina Panthers. The Packers with an important win as they get their mark back to 2-2. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 40.
Ridiculous fucking shit. Wow. Unbelievable. Just unfucking believable.
7.
The tackle made at the 27-yard line. It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Here we go. Switch.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
It's going to be a long...
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second down and 3. A handoff as they run the counter play. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. On 2nd down, it's Turner, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Extra point forthcoming. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. That time a 9-play drive, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Norris. Fitzgerald's got it right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open.
And catch the ball.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Stanley. And he is going to have a Texans for... First down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a handoff here to his running back. 52 yards on the ground for him so far.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Back to throw. Norris. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in a game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time, and that's another great play to come away with the football.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. And sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs.
How can this fucking be? Strength, 82. How the fuck is this happening?
In NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
On second down now, it's Stevens. And he'll dive forward here to make sure he gets something out of that one, but not much.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And they'll get this down to the 10.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes him from the 10 down to the 6.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Dolphins just continue to pour it on. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. Houston's offense taking over again. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Norris got his man complete over the middle. That's Stanley. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Back now here on. EA Sports, and this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Norris. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw on second down, Norris. He finds his man, complete. It's Bryant. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again. I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Looking to throw on second down. Norris over the middle, complete. It's Fitzgerald. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now here's a throw that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. From the 2 now, second and goal. He'll try again. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. This is a long drive. Offensively, wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is... Probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
82 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And now a carry here for their fullback. A gain of 3, second down.
The end result.
Brute force on brute force, but think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he'll go down at the 28. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On 2nd down, it's Turner, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
And to give this time to the tailback. And The result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. He wanted that end zone. Powerful running, but he couldn't quite get there.
And that's going to really make him upset. And right now, there's no way he's letting a coach take him out of the game. He's going to want the ball again so he actually does get into the end zone, hopefully on his next carry.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Turner, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. On 3rd down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations, but there's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And down he'll go at the 25. That catch good for only a couple. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Miami, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.